Welcome to the Capital Spreads look to the week ahead. Today is Monday the 13th of August 2012. And the week starts off on a somewhat subdued and flat note, with the markets trading off just a little bit this morning. Now this is off the back of quite strong rallies we've had over the last few weeks or so, which in turn has been driven by anticipation that a number of central banks around the world will introduce further money into the economic system with their asset purchases program. So we're looking at possible action by the US Fed, the Bank of England, the European Central Bank and possibly the Bank of Japan. In anticipation of this, many markets have rallied quite strongly. However, it is very much a case of wait and see in terms of what happens. In terms of figures over the next week or so, today is a very quiet day in terms of figures. I think the biggest day of the week will probably be tomorrow, with a number of key figures that many people will be watching. We'll be starting off tomorrow with the German GDP. Now we're expecting a small expansion in German GDP of 0.2%. However, that won't be much consolation when we get the Eurozone GDP later on in the day, where you're looking at actually a contraction of 0.2%. Staying in the UK, we also have the UK CPI. We're expecting a small fall there from 2.4 to 2.3%. Now this will provide further proof of Mervyn King's statement recently, whereby he said that he's not anticipating to cut interest rates any time by the end of this year. Also tomorrow we have US retail sales at 1:30. Now US retail sales in the US are expected to be slightly lower, at up 0.3% versus a prior 0.4%. However, it's still relatively robust compared to a number of the economies around the world. Wednesday will also be quite an important day, with a number of key figures, especially for those that look at the UK economy. We have, for example, the UK unemployment rate coming out. Now many people are expecting that to remain flat at 8.1% of the population. Just as equally closely watched will be Bank of England minutes that will be coming out also around the same time. Now, as Mervyn King has previously stated, he doesn't expect to cut rates at least anytime till the end of this year. However, I think many people will be watching more closely what he says in terms of, or what the MPC say in terms of the asset purchase program that they had in place prior. On Thursday, you're looking at UK retail sales in the morning, and now we're expecting a small fall there of from 2.2 to 2%. Again, this feeds into the theme that we've had over the last few weeks or so, whereby the global economy seems to be gradually slowing in many countries. Later in the day, you also have you also have Eurozone CPI. Now we're expecting that to remain unchanged, while in the afternoon we'll have the US initial jobless claims figures. Again, we're not expecting much of a change there. We round off the week on Friday with Eurozone trade balance. Now again, not much of a change expected on that one, and we finished the day and the week with the University of Michigan consumer confidence figure, where we're expecting a small fall from 72 to 72.3. That's it for now. As usual, if you have any feedback, it's media@capitalspreads.com.